Hi guys, Amigo Reels is here. Today I am going to explain a movie called Shattered, released in 2022. Take your seats, the movie is about to begin. A young and wealthy businessman, Chris, comes to a supermarket to buy something to eat. Here, he sees a young and beautiful girl. She waved to him and asked him, "I am confused. Can you help me with which wine I should buy?" Chris helps her buy the wine like a gentleman. After that, the girl goes outside the store. When Chris comes out of the store, he comes to know that the girl's Uber has been cancelled. That's why Chris asks the girl to go with him as he would drop her. The name of the girl was Sky. Sky lives in a rented room with her female friend. But Sky fights with her female friend, therefore, she doesn't want to go home now. Chris offers her to go to his place. So, they both go to Chris's home. Sky gets surprised after seeing Chris's home, as she has never seen such a big house. She asks Chris what he does. Chris replies that he is a software engineer. He has developed a home safety application. He has sold it to Google. This is why he has become a tech millionaire. After that, they both have had a long conversation. They drink wine together. As they are having a conversation, they start to get intimate and start kissing each other. The next morning, Sky goes to her apartment before Chris wakes up. Her roommate, Lisa, yells a lot at her and says, "I was ill the last night, and you didn't bother to come here once." Sky ignores everything and goes to the bedroom and starts thinking about something. It felt like she has been planning something. There is no one at Chris's house as he is parting ways with his wife. So, his wife and daughter don't live with him. One day, Chris comes to a restaurant to have a drink. Surprisingly, he comes across Sky, who was serving drinks there. He explains to Sky that he has gotten intimate with her because he is going to divorce his wife. But Sky doesn't seem bothered by all that. After that, they go outside the restaurant. They notice that a boy is about to break the window of his car. Chris tries to stop him, but the man attacks Chris in return. He beats Chris with a crowbar again and again. He breaks his leg and runs away. Chris gets his leg plastered, and Sky brings Chris back home. Chris cannot even walk properly, therefore, he needs a private nurse. Sky tells him, "Why do you need a nurse when I am here?" Chris asks her about her qualification. Sky replies, "I can do what your nurse can never be able to do." After that, they start kissing each other. Chris asks Sky, "If you are interested in taking up a role as a nurse, then you must stay permanently here for a few days. Bring your belongings from your apartment." Chris tells Sky all passwords to his home so that she can easily come and go. Then Sky goes to her apartment and starts packing her things up. Lisa starts crying as Sky is leaving. She tries to stop her. She tells her that she has no one in this world except Sky. Sky asks Lisa to sit next to her. She consoles her and makes sure that she will keep visiting her. After that, Sky kisses Lisa and calms her down. Sky shifts to Chris' home, and they both start sharing extremely romantic moments. Sky has made him forget his wife and daughter. After a few days, when Sky's landlord goes to take rent from Lisa, he notices Lisa lying dead in the bathtub. Her hands are detached from the body. Then the police come there, and the landlord tells them that the girl has committed suicide because her female friend, Sky, has left her and she went into depression. But the policeman says that he has no one named Sky in his database. After that, the landlord, Ronald, gets confused and starts thinking about who is Sky. On the other hand, Chris's wife, Jamie, calls him asking to sign divorce papers. But Chris says that he is recovering from a leg injury. He can't sign the divorce paper. Jamie gets concerned after knowing about the leg injury. She says that she will bring Willow with her to see Chris. Then Chris notices Sky taking a shower. He carefully starts checking Sky's bag. Here he finds a picture of Lisa and Sky. Meanwhile, Sky comes out of the bathroom. She catches Chris red-handed. Now, Chris has no other option but to confess. He confesses that he was checking her bag out of curiosity. He doubted her. But Sky eased him by saying that, "Even I would have done the same if I were you, so don't take any stress." Then she throws her towel on him, and after that, they start getting intimate. The next morning, Sky unlocks Chris's phone with his face locked while he was asleep. She takes his phone out with her. As Chris wakes up, he starts searching for his phone. He can't find it even after searching for some time. He notices that his tablet and other devices are also not working. Then he hears the news on TV that Lisa has died in the bathtub, due to a murder or a suicide. Chris instantly recognizes that the girl is Sky's roommate. Then Sky returns home after buying the breakfast. Then Chris asks her about Lisa's death. He tells her to go to the police and share all information about her as she was her roommate. But while eating her chicken very comfortably, Sky confesses that she killed Lisa. Chris can't believe what he just heard. Sky says that she has befriended Lisa to keep an eye on Chris's apartment. Chris' apartment was right in front of Lisa's apartment, and she was keeping an eye on him through a telescope, used to record Chris's daily activities. After that, she figured out that Chris was a tech millionaire. No one comes to his house, and he is a loner, therefore, he can be easily trapped. That is why she had been keeping an eye on him through a telescope while staying at Lisa's place. Now, Lisa was of no use to her, and she was irritating her. Therefore, she killed her. Chris gets shocked listening to all that and asks Sky to leave his home early. Sky doesn't seem bothered, and she keeps on laughing. Chris gets a sense that he is trapped now, so he tries running from there. But Sky has Chris' phone with her that has all the security passwords. She shuts all doors through it. Chris tries to take his phone back, but he cannot take up a fight because his leg is injured. Now, Sky electrocuted him and made him unconscious. On the other hand, when Sky's landlord comes to her apartment for cleaning, he finds the same telescope with which Sky used to see Chris. When he sees through it, he sees a naked lady doing yoga. He places a chair near it and sits. Then we see Chris sitting in a wheelchair. Sky asks him to tell her his internet banking passwords. Chris doesn't tell her anything. She brings a driller and drills a hole in his plastered leg. He feels a lot of pain. After going through so much torture, Chris tells her all passwords. Sky transfers all money into her bank through internet banking. Sky's landlord sees that Chris's house is visible through the telescope. He sees Sky there, and he gets an idea. Here, Sky cleans up Chris's wound to give him a presentable look because Sky wanted him to meet brokers, and she wanted to sell everything left, so that she can take everything with her. After getting a chance, Chris tries to escape, and he strangles Sky, but Sky attacks him with scissors. Sky warns Chris that if he doesn't cooperate, she will harm his wife and daughter, Willow. Then Sky keeps all of Chris's gadgets and unplugs all security cameras. Then, she takes pictures of the painting on the wall as she has plans to sell these expensive paintings too. Then Chris sees that someone is coming to his house. He recognizes this man. This is the same man who attacked him that night. He understands that he is with Sky. Sky asks him to search for an interested buyer as she wants to sell these paintings. After that, Sky goes outside to make a deal. The landlord has been keeping an eye on the house. He enters Chris's home. As he tried to break into the house, Sky gets a security alert. She understands that her landlord has entered the house. Here the landlord is least bothered about Chris' helpless condition. He removes the tape from his mouth. Chris asks him to call the police. Ronald asks him to give something valuable to him. In return, he will help Chris. Chris allows him to take Picasso's painting on the wall, which costs $1 million. Ronald takes the painting, and he tells Chris that he can't call the police as he doesn't have a phone. The phone causes brain cancer. He was about to leave the place, but Sky comes there. Ronald points a dagger at Sky and goes upstairs. Sky places Chris in front of the monitor screen in a wheelchair, so that she can keep track of him. Now she picks up a samurai's sword and goes after her landlord. In between, she keeps on tracking Chris. She stabs her landlord multiple times with the sword and kills him ruthlessly as she goes upstairs. Chris successfully escapes the place as she was busy killing the landlord. He rides on a bicycle and escapes. After a while, he loses his balance and falls in front of a car. The driver of the car, Sebastian, helps Chris. He puts him in the car and gives him a number to talk to the police. Chris tells the police everything on the phone. But as he reaches the destination, Chris notices that it is his house. Drenched in blood, Sky is standing there. He wasn't talking to the police, it was Sky. Sebastian brings Chris into the house after making him unconscious. Then he kisses Sky. Sebastian introduced himself as Sky's stepfather and tells Chris that he has trained Sky since she was a child to trap rich people. They get money from rich people like this. That night Chris's heart completely shatters when he hears Sebastian and Sky's voices as they are getting intimate. He asks himself how he could fall in love with such a girl. After a while, Sky comes outside and asks him that, "There is a lot of money in your bank account. We need your thumbprint to access it." Then they cut Chris's thumb forcefully. After a while, Chris's wife, Jamie, and his daughter Willow come there as Jamie had promised that she and Willow will visit him after she heard about his leg injury. She finds everything strange. Jamie's daughter runs into her room after entering the house. Then Jamie notices blood on the floor. She calls Willow. Sky takes Willow with her and comes outside. Jamie asks her to leave her daughter. Sky leaves her. Jamie asks her about her husband. Meanwhile, Sebastian comes there. Both of them get scared seeing him. Sebastian and Sky lock these two in injured Chris's room. Chris cries a lot after meeting his daughter. Everything gets very emotional. Here, Sebastian fixes Chris's broken thumb onto his thumb. They both head to the bank to withdraw the bearer fund. They meet the vault officer at the bank. Here Sebastian tells the vault officer that he has suffered an injury to his thumb. But he successfully uses Chris' broken thumb here. On the other hand, Chris and his family are upset as they can't get out of the room. Suddenly they notice a ventilator in the room. Willow plans to go out through the ventilator to seek help. As Willow is going out, Jamie asks Chris where those two have gone. He says they have gone to the bank to take the bearer bond. But Jamie says she has already taken the bearer bond from the bank. There is nothing left there. Chris inquires her why did she do that. She tells him that her lawyer has advised her to keep the bearer bond as it will help her after she will get divorced. When Sebastian and Sky open the vault, they get a note instead of the bond. It is written that I am taking the bond on the advice of my lawyer. Sebastian and Sky get very angry seeing that. They quickly drive back home. They see on their mobile that Willow has already escaped the house, and she is about to unlock the door by inserting the security code. Meanwhile, Sebastian and Sky come there. Willow hides in a room. Sebastian and Sky split and start searching the house. Then Chris attacks Sebastian with a weapon, but Sebastian overpowers him and beats him badly. Sky points a gun at him and asks him about Jamie. Then Sebastian asks Sky to shoot Chris, but she gets confused. Sebastian keeps on saying, "Shoot him." Sebastian starts abusing her and asks her to shoot him. Amid all the chaos and confusion, Sky shoots her stepfather. Sky can't believe what she has done. Meanwhile, Chris attacks Sky with a weapon. He runs after taking the phone that fell on the floor. Sky starts chasing Chris and Jamie with the weapon and gun in her hand. Chris turns all lights off, plays loud music in the house through his phone, and tracks her via a heat map. Sky has no option left. She starts firing haphazardly in all directions. Chris attacks him from behind, but Sky overpowers him and attacks him on the chest with the weapon. Sky's about to attack Chris again, but Jamie comes from behind, and both ladies engage in a severe fight. After a while, Sky injures Jamie's leg badly with the help of the weapon. Sky is about to kill both of them with the weapon. Willow fires her from behind. Jamie runs towards her and hugs her daughter. As Sky is dying, she says Margaret, her actual name. Then, we hear the sound of sirens of police and ambulance approaching the house. They save them, and the movie ends here.
Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more. Also, have an amazing rest of the day. We will see you in the next one.